So, Ms. Ballenger, we've talked about what to expect. We've talked about your treatment options, and I was wondering if you could share with us what's important for the rest of your life.
Well, I've thought about this a lot because I've had a lot of time to think about it. And it is hard to wrap my brain around this idea that I'm not going to be here for Charlie's, well, for the rest of Charlie's life like I thought I would be. I think my concern is mostly about Charlie. I mean, you know, by now everybody's met Charlie, and you know how important he is to me and how special he is to me. I want to know that he's going to be in good hands, and I know because Sandy's going to be there. And I mean, she is his second mom, and he calls her, you know, mom number 2. But I think what, I guess what I would like to have, if it's possible, is more quality time with Charlie, so that I'm able to function as well as possible, of course. And, well, you know, I've told you that some of the medicines make me tired, and going to be in this clinic, I think, is a good idea. Kind of don't know what to expect, but you know, that's all right. I just want to be able to function independently, if that's a possibility.
Certainly. So I'm hearing that our #1 priority is making sure that however much time you have left, that's good time. That's quality time that you can spend with your son and be the best mom that you can be to Charlie. And that I feel that very confident that having our team involved, you being seen in our clinic, that we can effectively manage any symptoms that come up, like your pain, nausea, the fatigue, the sleepiness. We'll be working with you during your treatment, during the clinical trial that you're planning on enrolling in. We'll work with your oncology team to make sure that we're meeting those goals that you have. And any time that you feel like you're not achieving the quality that you want in your life, we can always you can always disenroll from the trial. But
that was one of my questions. I didn't know if once I committed I had to complete it or whatever the requirements were. I thought I wanted to ask you if well, I guess if things weren't going as expected, would it be okay to withdraw from it?
Yeah, and nobody can force you to stay, in a trial like that. And I think that we'll do everything we can to enable you to continue in it if that's your choice.
Of course, I hope it works.
Yeah,
I hope.
We do too.
Yeah.
But we'll keep your priorities in mind and your goals in mind.
Okay.
Okay.
And a home health nurse can help with that as well, and they'll communicate with the physicians and let them know about your symptoms and how your symptoms are being managed. How are they being managed right now?
Very well, I feel. I think once I go home, it'll be a couple days adjustment and just getting used to a new routine. I think that's going to be kind of a burden for you, I'm afraid, but Charlie he adjusts very well, and he wants to take care of me, bless his heart.
Yes, he does. He tries very hard.
Yeah, and I've tried to explain everything to him. This time was, the recurrence of the cancer was harder to talk to him about. I thought the first time was going to be hard, and I thought I was getting better, and I thought I was in remission, and I was for a while, but then things changed, and it was harder to talk to him about that this time. So if I have symptoms that he already recognizes, like the fatigue or the pain that's in my back, and that doesn't allow me to function independently, well, I know have Sandy, and then the home nurse would be wonderful to have help out.
So Betty, one of the other reasons we thought it was important to come together today was because you really expressed how important Charlie's long-term plans, important it was to you to have his long-term plans in place, and you wanted to be able to hear how the team and how his father and Sandy can support him long-term. I heard from you really strongly that this was important, and you wanted to be able to clarify who was taking care of Charlie and how.
Well, for right now, I mean, we've decided that Charlie will go and live with mom number 2, and I'm not like, I mean, I'm probably just like a lot of other moms who want to see their children grow up and go to high school and graduate.
Yes.
I would like to see that, but he's only 14 now, so that probably does not look possible for me. But
I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there, and I've been there already. I've already been a big part of the family, and he knows me, and I love you, and I love him, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Charlie is so smart and capable and kind and sweet, and we have such a good time together. and you've done here.
Thank you.
And you've done such a wonderful job of raising him without boundaries. You haven't held him back. He's in a regular school.
I know.
It's amazing what you have done with him, and he does so well. And I see a very bright future for him, and I'm going to facilitate that. You have my word. I want that to be a burden you don't think about.
Okay, thank you. That means so much to me.
Well, it means so much to me too. You all are family.
You know, Charlie knows I was coming here to this meeting today, and he gave me this meerkat. He loves the meerkats.
I know.
And they are cute. But I wanted to let you know that I think he might think that I'm going to be a meerkat in another life, which is so cute and so sweet and just so Charlie, that I just think it's the most adorable gift.
Yes.
And I hope he has a chance to see some meerkats somewhere. I don't even know where they live. I forget.
Well, that's his way of having you with him.
Right. It is.
Right.
And whatever happens, he will make this into his story. And I just ask all of you that, you know, you let him do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I know that you had said that there were some things that you were hoping to hear from Paul, his dad.
I am so glad you're here, Paul.
Thank you. Of course, the financial support is there, and will continue to be for you, Sandy, in your care for Charlie. Unfortunately, I can't be present for Charlie in this, being in Chicago, but for as long as that care continues, and even if it goes to something beyond where something is needed, such as a facility for retarded individuals, then I can continue that support.
Thank you, Paul. That means a lot. And you're very special to Charlie, too. And I hope that will continue, and you will get to see him as often as you can, because he needs to see you. But I don't really think he won't have to go to a facility for the retarded, because he's not retarded. He has his own way of thinking, his own mind, and we've tried to give him a chance to express that, and I hope you will come to see that in Charlie. Yes. I thank you for all that support.
Of course.
Thank you.
Well, it's important that you've heard, hopefully you've been able to hear in whatever capacity everyone is comfortable offering. There are people who care and want to provide support for Charlie. Between these two individuals, it sounds like he's going to be given an opportunity with her love and day-to-day care and his financial support. He's going to be given an opportunity to thrive and be successful. And we, the team, will do what we can to link Sandy in particular, with the professionals through the school system who can help him become an independent young adult.
Thank you.
Go to college or whatever his plans are, and help him just thrive.
Good, thank you.
means a lot.
That I feel so much better knowing
too.
that.
Me too.
Is there anything else that you need from the team that we can be helping you with?
Well, I talked to you quite a
Yeah,
few times,
we did.
and I think we're making some progress.
I think you're doing some important work, Betty. Really, you do, to find some peace around, some of those pieces of your past that were unresolved. And
I'm going to continue that. I would like you to help me with that
and
if you can.
I'll be by your side.
Right. The other thing I have a question about is my funeral. I never thought, at my age, I would have to think about this and maybe plan it, but now I'm faced with it. I have to do that because of Charlie, and I know that will make me a stronger person. So I'm asking for help in that of how to plan it. I don't even know what the first thing is. Is that
And
possible?
none
We
of
could
us
talk
get
about it?
much opportunity to practice for that
No.
piece of our lives.
No.
Yeah, I think we can plan together. I certainly be available, helping you to think about, how you want your life to be celebrated.
Oh, I like that word, celebrate.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Well, I think that's what it should be.
Me too.
Yeah.
That would be good, thank you. The only other thing, I guess, is the hospice. I don't know who to ask that question of. It seems to me that if I'm close to dying and I'm still at home, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Is it possible that I can go to the hospital or a hospice center? I don't know.
Sure.
Because I don't want Charlie to associate the house that he grew up with
Right.
with that, especially if he's going to live next door
Right.
with Sandy, and maybe a more neutral place. I don't know.
When it becomes closer to that time, you can discuss it with us, and we'll be happy to either admit you into a hospice inpatient unit, or if you'd prefer, you can come back to the hospital and with all of us here that love you and know you, and Charlie and Sandy and everybody. So
That would be good.
yeah.
Right.
Yes. And I think if I can just sort of, recap what the plan is and what we've discussed, and that is that, what I'm hearing from you is how important it is that that we provide you with the best quality of life possible, and from our side of things, as physicians and nurses and the rest of the team as well, we're going to pay really close attention to your symptoms and how we can manage those well so that you can maximize every day and live every day to the fullest. And during the clinical trial, for however long that continues, we'll make sure that you're in our clinic and that you're having the connection with our team that you need, so that we can support you with plans to help with Charlie and help Sandy and Paul with making sure that things are in place for him, and also continue working with our chaplain so that you can make those plans for the end of your life, and that may involve hospice, and we can facilitate that, and help you know when that time is, and make sure that you're your goals are being met. So, so I think just know that we're here to support you every step of the way, and that we're here for you, and we want to hear about your concerns and your hopes and your fears, and we'll help you through all of that. Okay.
Well, thank you for listening. I appreciate that. I know I don't know what I'm saying half of the time. I'm just, you know, I've never been through this, but I'm learning a lot about myself. Even at this stage in my life, it tells me that we never stop learning. And I just want to say thank you to all of you. You've all touched my heart in a very special way, and I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. We wish you all the best, Ms. Ballenger.
Thank you.